Right guys, right. Honing video. Korratt. I had the first shave out of the box and it was a bit grabby. The second shave yesterday, and yes, it does shave, but as I said in the video, it's not to my absolute liking. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to hone this up to the 8K Snow White, test shave off that. If I'm happy at that, I'm going to go to the 10K Koseki for the next shave, and if I'm happy with that, I'll be adding the 20K. So I'm going to do it gradually, so I'm going to have to be patient and just bide my time with the shaves. But just to see what the 8K is like on this, and then see if the 10K does make much difference, which I think it probably would a little bit of difference. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So let's get this bevel set. Let's just do the original one off. And just bear with me while we do this. That's the razor. Take the spine. $3K Pro this is. Quite hard steel these are. Just going to fetch my little tomato. 1 second. Can't find any, so I'll have to just make do with that. Just do the thumbnail. Yeah, that heel was a bit dull. Just grabbing a bit better now, look. Just got to make sure this bevel's set 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Just do a little bit more work just to make sure. Some nice extras just to blend that edge right in from heel to toe. Quite a fast stone this is actually, this 3K Chasora. Water in there. But I see that the water's rising up the blade there. Yeah, the thumbnail works quite well actually, just moisten the wet nail. You can see that's just dragging almost there, gripping all the way to the toe. Feels like it's really cutting into the nail. It's not letting go, not letting go, not letting go. And let's go there, just the heel here. Needs a little bit along that very, very heel. Just going to magic marker the edge. And this will just let me know exactly where that, if I've got the right stroke from heel to toe. Let's just shut that over there. Here we go. Yep, right in a minute. This bevel is so tiny, it's like a micro bevel. Just as a thought, it's a little bit down here I'm missing, but it doesn't really matter too much there. I'm not going to worry about that little bit there. It is literally a millimetre on that corner. Just check the edge. Just basically checking for any chippiness. Fine. Yeah, there's no chips in that edge. No little micro chips or... That's fine. Right. That's definitely set, that is. I'm just going to finish off with a nice few more strokes and we're going to move on to the 5K. Spot on, spot on. Just clean up this stone, get my towel, dry it off, dry that off. I like to dry these off because get most of the wet off there, let them dry on the side because you can get crazing on these stones if you're not careful. This one's sort of, you can kind of see a little bit of crazy. It's not detrimental, but people talk about these little, and you can see the indentation there. So Yeah, I mean, I've had this stone a while. But I can see it on that bit of crazy in there, but it's not the damage. The surface is not damaged. You just must dry these off properly and not put them straight in the box. Letting it air dry. I always dry them on the side as well. So this is the mid-range stone now. This is where you have to make sure you get plenty of work done on here. Probably overdo it a little bit if you have to. And then all it should take on the Snow White 8K is 10 to 30 strokes, and that will be enough. So let's just wet this stone down. Start off with some more strokes. So, as you can see, there's a bit of swarf on there now, so we're moving still. It's not a fast stone. This is just a mid-range stone, but it really does polish the edge. I just find if you do plenty of work at your mid-range, you really do need just a few strokes on your finishers. just check that edge. Pick it up here a little bit. It's looking good. Just a few nice light strokes on there, then we'll move on to the 8K Snow White. Right, that should do. So we're going to go to the 8K Snow White there. Just going to be refining that edge now, polishing it. It's not going to take many strokes. I've done most of the grunt of the work on the 5K and the 3. There we are, 8K Snow White. And this is the stone I will be testing this razor off on my next shave. So tune in for that. I might, well, just see what it's like. I've had great shaves off this 8K. Right, then let's just have a little look at this edge before I go on there. Yeah, very polished. It gives a nice semi-polished edge, that 5 does. Oh yeah, that looks nice, that does. Perfect, looks lovely under that microscope. But the shave is the test, so let's go steady on this stone now. I love this stone, it's really nice. Got a great feel to it. As you can see, it's not picking up much swarf on there, which is always a good sign, so I've been told. That's about 23 strokes on there. Let's see what the thumb pad test is like. Oh yeah, that's sharp. Sticky toffee, just as you want it. Let's do a little arm test again. See if that's picking up on me. Let's dry the razor's edge off. They're quite easy to hone, these korratts actually. Oh yes, that's picking up. Let's have a butcher's at the edge under the microscope. Yep, you can see that's clearly refined, that edge. So look at this angle. Yes, very good. Yeah, just how it should look. Right, let's strop this razor, give it a little hanging air test, and that'll be me, I'm done. This will get used probably tomorrow or maybe Friday, I don't know yet. Let's get this strapped. I'm just going to strap on leather. Gary. Some leather. The mate's just walked in. Chuck it on there, mate. Not for long. Let's see if this passes the hanging air test. Yep. Not there. Yes, it does. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And that's just off leather. Let's do a few on linen and then leather. That looks fine. Let's try it again. Yeah, that's pretty good coming off the 8K. That'll definitely shave. Right, I'll see you in the next video for the shave. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye.